to my channel if you're here for the first time. Now, I am the creator of the Grand Theft Auto, one of the trainers that, well, a couple of the trainers that were actually made. There were a lot of them actually made, but the trainer I've created is actually called Super Mega Trainer. And basically on my channel you can find some of the videos of the hacks and things I've done with Grand Theft Auto 4. I know I've taken a recess for quite a while, but maybe I'm back partially, I don't know. I entered the IT industry, which is the information technology industry, very recently, and I've been very busy with that, developing software and stuff like that. But I've learned a lot of cool things, and I wanted to kind of use this video to kind of go into in depth of some of the things I did learn, and I kind of expanded on. Maybe it's not a whole lot of expansion, but you can see what I have open here right now. I actually have the Grand Theft Auto 4 trainer. Let me kind of expand the screen here. I have it open here to show you some of the stuff that you can find now. I'm probably going to get some, you know, slams on this, and people are probably like, oh, I already know about this. But for those who don't know, it would be interesting to probably know. So basically, here's what I actually did here. I just, you just can go here to view. It's one of the ways. There's actually, I think there's an icon here too somewhere for the object browser, but I forget where it is. Probably up here somewhere. Maybe you have to, there it is, right here. You can get it here, click here, or you can just go to view, object browser, and get it there. Either way, you're going to get it. So the object browser allows you to look into the in-depth objects that are going on in your program. You can look at all the methods, class, and everything that's actually occurring directly inside. I think you can break them all the way down to the variables, but that may just be maybe wrong on that. But anyways, what I'm doing now is I'm looking into all the functions, as you can see here, and these are all the classes I've actually set up. This is one of my own class right here, and these are all the methods for that class. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is you can also go in code like this. You can get them here by scrolling. Where's the other thing? I know you could, I think you have to be inside here. Let's see here. Oh, I'm actually in the threads. I'm sorry, in the header file. I needed to go into the main file here. So I'm in the main file. And you see this little drop down here? You can get them right here too. You can scroll through them. But with the object browser, which I just closed it again, you can go faster and you can see everything real time here. So it's not showing you all the code. It's kind of showing you just what the methods do. And you click on them here, you can kind of see a little bit more information about the method. Now this is cool also if you want to learn how to be able to expand your methods and be able to expand your functionality of stuff, which is what I had open here earlier with the scripting. Now let me kind of backtrack here a little bit, and oops, I'm going to close this one here. And first I'm going to do a search here for the eModel to kind of show you what I'm doing with this. I guess we could use this one, but this one wasn't my method. I wanted to do one that was kind of, this one's not my method either. Yeah, a lot of these I've actually taken from other people's code examples. So I wanted to, this is a good one. So this one connects objects together, and actually this one doesn't work though, so I'm not going to use this one. I don't think it does. Sorry guys, give me a second here. I wanted to kind of scroll through. You can see what I'm doing here is I'm basically using this window up here as a search also, and you can basically jump through your code and find stuff faster. So here's a good place to start. I'm going to use this one. This is a jet mod I created. You might have seen the one that simulates. It's an enumeration. I'm sorry, not enumeration. I'm sorry. It's I think, yeah, it's on my channel here. I could probably show it to you. I know my videos can be kind of long because I can kind of talk a lot and everything, but here I'll show you on here. If I go into it, my computer is running so slow. Let's see, I think I'm signed in here. I don't recognize my channel video manager. That's a new YouTube, really confuses the heck out of me. So anyways, on my channel here, I think it's probably down here somewhere. Let me see if this is far enough. There was way back when I first started doing all this stuff. It might have been on this second page. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it came in later. Let me try number 3 here. I'm trying to get to this mod here, the jet mod. these are actually, no, actually, you know what? That was it, I think. Yeah, because then later I came up with the gravity force, so it had to have been on 4. Let's see here. It goes back. Maybe it's 5, because I see fighter jets right there. This is it. Actually, this is the one I wanted to show you. Here it is. The fighter jet emulation. So the fighter jet emulation emulates a GTA fighter jet by taking the plane at the airport, and I basically spawned it on top of the helicopter. I spawned it on top of the helicopters you already know, basically. So a lot of people are like, that's fake. I'm like, yeah, I never really modded the jets or anything, but that's what this one is doing right here. It's controlling the jet mod in the program. So actually you're getting a little taste of what's going on here, but the reason why I wanted to show you this, I wanted to show you that these right here, you see this one, right here, this one, and this one, those are the objects in the game, actually. People have always asked me, what the heck is an object? Like when you see something like this eModel, let's see if I can keep them both open here. I like to kind of explain things side by side when I have videos, since I'm a very visual learner. So here you see the, move this up a little bit here. You see the jet mod here. Let's squish it in the corner here. I can expand this a little bit more. So, anyways, these are the objects. And you see where it says eModel jet stream. It says equals get model hash. This is just basically searching in my enumerations. I think it's under, yeah, right here, scripting enum. So I'm going to look up NJ5. Let me just copy that. Fire pipe here. Fire pip 02. Basically, it's just an object that's being pulled in the game. And if this video probably isn't a good example, so let me go back to one of the other videos, because this one doesn't show what I'm trying to show you here. It was up later in one of my other videos. I think it is on number 4. That's why I went to 4. Well, that was the first video I created for the F-15s. But I think it's down, yeah, it's right here actually. And I hate this music for this one, so I'm just going to do this one. Okay, so the thing ever starts here, I can show you. We'll get back on track here in a minute. I promise we'll get right back to the object browser. But here you see the fire here in the back. That's basically what this is right here, NJ5 _ fire PIP02. It's creating the fire, and I'm angling it with this, X plus 10, Y minus 10, Z. This is how I'm angling where that fire is going to end up appearing at. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, that was for the player right here. These are where I attach object to car, and these are the positions where I'm angling it at, basically, based on angling. So, the reason why I wanted to show you that, getting back, as I promised here, the object browser, keep in mind, this is, again, an eModel, and it's basically a model. I know I called them objects. In C# they call things objects, but I guess in C++ they can be known as modeling. Or maybe they just came up with that name for gaming. But that's what this is. It's scripting here, and then you go down here to the eModeling, and you can see all these in here. I could probably find this by searching through this list to see if I can pull it up that way. It pulls it right up in the code here. I thought it would pull it up in the object browser. But if we scroll down through here, it's in here somewhere. It won't let me search it because I have to probably type in the model before it or something. Let's see. It's very specific. Hopefully that'll find it. Yep. I could find it probably faster on the page. Let's just go here and try to find it here then. And then I could probably show you where it's at. Now it's going to look all over the program for it. Okay, it should be here in the list somewhere. Well, you know what? I'm beginning to think maybe I didn't even stick it in this list. Maybe, you know what? It's not even in my list. My bad. You can stick it in here, though. I could set up, I would need to know the hash. I think this is also known as a GUID. That's what they call it in C#. But it's basically a memory address where it's locating where the stuff is in code. It's going to find, when you use this to this, it'll find this thing, it'll find this person or whatever. And that's what I'm doing back here. Let me this over here a little bit. Right here, I'm just basically getting it directly instead of pulling it from the enumerations list. Although sometimes I do pull stuff in the enumerations list. And when you see stuff like, I don't know if I have an example here, but anyway, that's what I wanted to show you for that. So what we're getting back here, the point I'm making here is, this is how you look them all up in the program a little bit faster than just going through code. You can see all the models here. Instead of having to scroll through this huge list here, look how long this thing is. Take forever to go through it. So you can basically see them broken down here. It's a little bit faster if you're looking and you have a model set up in the trainer. You can go directly to it here, and you could get, I think this is the contents, or whatever you want to call this, the details, I guess you could say. I don't know if it says anything else, but so if I wanted to spawn this model in the game, basically, I just take this code down to here. You don't want the enum, because this is already set up in its own, I believe that's a namespace or something. And you just go back to the program here, and we just insert it in here, like that. And this would actually, this isn't going to actually do anything because we don't have assigned it to anything, but you have to assign this to like a name or something here. And that's, you notice how over here it says eModel Jet. That's basically what this is. If you hold this over here, you'll see it says enum scripting eModeling. That's exactly what this is doing. Is it's basically instantiating this scripting part. Except what we do it here is we just take the eModel and then we just name it something, car or whatever it is, and then you have to set it equal to the model. So now this car can be used anywhere in the code here, and I could make this pull up whatever this car is. That's basically how that works, and you've seen how I kind of broke that down. Again, going back to the object browser here, you can see it right down here, and basically all you're doing is you're just taking this to this, or any object or any modeling you want in the game. You don't need to set the equals since that's already done in code. Now if you want to pull a model that's not actually in your list and you want to add it, you can either add it to the list or you can actually set it equal. I believe you can actually do that outside. Let me see if that works here. I'm going to try something different here. And I always like playing with new concepts and stuff. So let's see, eModel car2 equals, I gotta erase all this. Since you've already got this, you don't need this part. And I wanted to see if it's gonna work. I'm just curious. Oh, actually, I'm trying to set this equal to this, so this isn't gonna work. Yeah, because it's, you can't set an equal to an equal here. You can't. So there's a model equals this, because this basically already represents what this equal sign is equal to. So maybe, I don't know. I don't really know the way to do this, but I just thought I would show you guys if there is a trick to it. I was more curious if that would have worked. Probably won't. Probably no way to really get it that way. That's why you wouldn't want to set the equals. You'd want to take the equals off here. And you just set them up as enumerations. Now I think I know why they did that. Also, they can access an entire list a little bit faster. The enumerations just basically, they enumerate through the list. So if you look at this list right here, you'll see it says weapon underscore unarmed equals 0. And then this one will say equals 1 equals 2. It's just counting down through the list. And that's basically all that's doing with the modeling list here. It's just counting down, except this time, instead of counting by 0 and 1 or whatever, they're counting by these things right here. These different, I don't know if you call them addresses or what they're called, but that's basically how it accesses the objects in the game and stuff like that. And like I said, you can use this object browser to do a lot of stuff, not just in the modeling list, but you can look at anything in here just by clicking on them, and you always get the details down here for them. I think it's totally cool because you can you can break it down by when you click over here, it tells you exactly. And see, it kind of looks them up too. You don't even have to look them up, it looks up the value. So it's a little bit faster, I think. Let's see if any of these other ones, eWeather. This is the weather, like when you want to change the weather in a game and stuff like that. I don't know what this eClimb state is, something about climbing over objects. Probably I never got into that one, but these are just the different ones. Pedbone, that's setting up the different objects that are on your player and stuff like that. I guess like the clothing or something. But you kind of see how that works, hopefully. And that's what's in scripting here. I think there's not really much else to scripting. Let me see what's down here. You can expand them too. If you have an expansion, you can click on. Oh, look at this one, scripting dirty. These are all the methods and functions, if you would, that are undefined, and you have to set them up, and you have to basically copy these back into the scripting folder. I think this is it right here. You have to copy them into here and create your own little native name, because these native names are controlled by the trainer individually. He set them up to invoke this stuff and control it that way. So let's see what else is in here. Game. This is the versions of game. You can kind of see the versions, different versions as they keep updating them. Now I know GTA 4 is pretty old at this point, and GTA 5 is around the corner, but for those who are still into hacking and stuff like that, it's here. And I think people who still want to learn to hack will probably still find it pretty useful. I know that because of the growing number of viewers on my channel and stuff like that. People are still interested in the programming aspect of things when it comes to GTA, making your own stuff work inside the trainer. So, trying to see what else is in here. Game version. Log. Probably a lot of other stuff is still kind of Greek at this point. You can step down into them too by clicking on little arrows here, and they kind of show you more information about them. Anybody understands what all this stuff is doing. Some pretty advanced techniques that this guy uses. But I just thought I would show you that. This one's kind of interesting. Native invoke shows you how it invokes all the methods, or excuse me, not the methods, but I think this is probably because if you look up here, for those who are interested in some additional information, if you go to scripting here, you'll see native invoke. I think it takes care of all this stuff, these different kind of invoking that he's doing after here. You'll see that these are got different parameters on all of them here. So let's see if I can step down in any of these too. Kind of gives you more of the information about the method and stuff like that. I think you might be able to F12 to it. Let's see. Yeah, if you F12, it'll take you right to the method. That's another trick. You just highlight the code there and you F12 to it, and it'll take you directly to where it's originally called at, the reference point. That one didn't work out on the way. I think I wasn't hitting the right key. Yeah, I wasn't hitting the right key. There we go. So right there, it takes you right to the class custom fiber thread. So that's where it's defined at. It's pulling it from the header file, basically. So those are some of the tricks. Like I said, Object Browser is pretty cool to use. I like it. Now there are some other things you can do here, but I'm probably going to maybe demonstrate this in another video if I get it working. But you can set up debug points here in your program. Of course, it won't work here because watch, as I rebuild this. Actually, I got an error here. What is that? Okay, let's find out what my error here is. I thought I had all these errors out already. Let's see, error. Oh, that's right, because I forgot to finish this. So just comment this back out here. Rebuild it again. Okay, you have to rebuild it, and then basically we've got the debug point set up here. I know I set up here somewhere. And what you do is you hit F10 to step through